What up, everybody? I'm Jack Slater, aka the Comic Outlaw. Yeah! And hope you're ready because we're going back to the Joe Fixit saga. Yeah. And basically, what's happening in this is in an attempt to cure himself, Dr. Banner created the solution because him and the Hulk were splitting apart. And Thunderbolt had tampered with the solution and Rick had fallen in. So now there's a green Hulk and a gray Hulk, with Rick being the green. Bruce Banner has kind of giving himself back up to the lab, so we can see Betty, and they've been examining him, and they say that he is the Hulk. All the way down to the last molecule, he still is the Hulk. So this leaves a question on who the Green Hulk is, and this is what they're asking, because this is S.H.I.E.L.D., and this is a very shady S.H.I.E.L.D., I might add. I mean, they've been doing a lot of underground, underhanded, very backward stuff here. But of course, Dr. Sampson figures out that Bruce is lying about something. He knows who the Green Hulk is. That's Rick Jones. Betty runs in. And of course, this S.H.I.E.L.D. guy comes in, sort of cooking the books, kind of telling him that Ross, the thing with the electric villain, was an accident, and blah, blah, blah. And everybody's basically lying to everybody. There is no trust in this lab at all. A very unsafe environment for a man with a quick temper. Anyways, Bruce sent Rick Jones off to hide. He sent him on a nice bus journey, and this is where Rick Jones begins to realize how lonely Bruce's life really is. Like, he's always been a sidekick. Like, he goes over here, he was a sidekick with the Hulk, and then he ended up teaming with the Avengers when he befriended Captain America, and then he became part of Captain Marvel for a bit, and then he was in the Kree War, and then he's done this and that. All these adventures that he's went on is because he messed up that one day and became the Hulk sidekick. Anyways, he's going to this lab that Bruce kind of conducted experiments in, and has basically just been hiding out in here and there. It was a perfect spot to put Rick Jones in, but it is filled with different creatures. And I mean different creatures. Snakes, bats, wolves, whatever you have you. And they're all there, and they jump him because he has pink flesh, and they're looking for the green one. Yes, you heard me, the green one. So they kind of explain that when the gamma blast went off, all these creatures were mutated as a result too, just like Bruce was. So all these creatures are gamma. The results of the gamma blast. So Rick is starting to understand the damage this blast actually caused, and of course the military tried to get rid of him. They found this abandoned lab that Bruce left years ago, and they've been hiding it ever since. Now they decide, since they don't know Rick, he's not the green one, quote unquote, they're going to take him away, throw him in prison for a while, and of course as the sun goes down, and this is the interesting thing about this version of Hulk, the sun goes down, the powers go up, and he turns into the Green Hulk. Now, Bruce has a similar situation going on, but he's able to control it a lot more, with the Grey Hulk kind of scratching in the back of his mind, trying to push his way out. But Rick has no idea to control it. He appears, and of course, since they see the Hulk, they recognize him as a friend. And this is actually useful for Rick, because Rick has been feeling pretty lonely out on the road, not having any friends. So for the first time, he's kind of found a little bit of peace. So he's showing how strong he is, and that he is Rick Jones during the daytime. Showing the creatures that he can be cool with them both day and night. That he's human, but yet he's the Hulk at the same time. So he's finally found friends, peace, a little relaxation. Meanwhile, in the lab, General Thunderbolt Ross's second in command is getting ready. He wants to break some heads. There's another Hulk out there. He wants to find it and destroy it. He has Hulkbusters, and he wants to use them. I mean, just like Thaddeus Ross, this man wants to get his hands dirty. And he's willing to kick some butt for the USA. Anyways, this is where Bruce pulls Betty aside and kind of reveals what's going on, and says that Rick is actually the Green Hulk. And of course, he kind of softens the blow that he's still the Grey Hulk, but he's able to quote-unquote control it. He just kind of gives a rough explanation of what's going on. Betty kind of panics. She realizes that she can never have Bruce without the Hulk. And, after all these years, she should have realized that a lot earlier, but I guess when you come to grip with it, you come to grip with it. Whenever it happens, you know. Anyways, Bruce is leaving. The military doesn't trust him. They call in reinforcements. This freaky deaky guy that I was talking about the last issue, he delivered this girl. Now she's all withered and shivered. And this guy says he found a new body to sustain himself, which is the Rick Jones Hulk. And I guess he's going to feed on that person like he fed on that girl. Yikes. Anyways, Bruce drives up to the lab, and he comes upon all these creatures, and he's surprised to see Rick, you know, kind of befriend all these creatures, but not really. Rick Jones has a nefarious habit of doing this. This man can make friends wherever he goes. But anyways, nighttime rolls around. He turns into the Green Hulk. And this is very interesting from Bruce. He's able to conceal the Grey Hulk at this point. But the military has followed him, yes. The military wasn't trusting Banner to go anywhere without them. And here they are. And they find the Hulk. The quote-unquote Hulk. And it doesn't really matter. They just want to blast one. They don't care if he's red, green, has polka dots, whatever. The military lets loose. And of course, these creatures try to defend their home. These mutates, they do have power, these gamma mutates, but they're not bulletproof. A few of them starts to get killed. This is where Rick Jones Hulk kind of loses it. He gathers all the men together, smashes all the tanks, makes kind of like a messed up arc, and throws them in the water. Now, might I mention, there's a lot of water in this desert. There seems to be. I mean, they're in the middle of the desert, and they seem to find the one watering hole that everyone seems to fight or get thrown in. Anyways, of course, the military is dealt with it running away, and this is where the creatures decide that life would be better without Hulk. Hulk causes too much trouble. The military is after him too much, and this is where Rick realizes what it means to be Bruce Banner, to be the Hulk, to be the ultimate outcast, and to always, always be alone. Because if you let someone in, there will always be a war zone. And I'm the comic outlaw. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah.